In the US, high taxes motivate individuals and businesses to find legal ways to lower their tax burdens. They take advantage of tax credits like the child tax credit and earned income tax credit, and contribute to health savings and retirement accounts for tax-free growth. However, navigating these options can be complicated, as not all contributions are deductible from federal income taxes. The first option is live outside the United States. One of the fastest and easiest ways to reduce your taxes is to live outside the United States for the vast majority of your time. This strategy falls under the physical presence test for foreign earned income exclusion, FEE. This test has been well covered, and it's a very common tax strategy for most expats. If you reside outside of the United States at least 330 days out of 365, you can exempt $126,500 of taxable income from your annual taxes. With this strategy is that you can leave the US anytime you want. The second option is live nomadically to benefit tax incentives outside. Obtaining a second residency makes sense on so many levels and for so many purposes, and reducing your US income tax is one such purpose. This option to lower your taxes as a US citizen also involves leaving the US and living offshore. You can retain your US citizenship and choose to live in any combination of places, provided you do not trigger tax residence in more than one country. As long as you spend 330 days a year outside the US, you can live in one place and be a tax resident of another. This allows you to leave the US and live in other countries to benefit from offshore tax incentives. As long as you meet the US bona fide residence test to prove you have truly set up residence overseas, you can qualify for certain tax deductions. This allows you to benefit from location flexibility, low taxes, and an easy return to the United States. You must show the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, that you have been a bona fide resident of a foreign country for an uninterrupted period that includes an entire tax year. Another strategy to legally reduce your taxes is moving to a US territory like Puerto Rico. There are two different ways you can save on US income taxes by moving your life and business to Puerto Rico. But Puerto Rico isn't the only US territory to offer tax incentives to businesses and investors that allow you to dramatically cut your taxes. The US Virgin Islands also has a program, but again, there's a physical presence requirement, and you must demonstrate a closer connection to the USVI than to the United States. That invariably means actually moving there, lock, stock, and barrel. You can't try to maintain your life in the US and must show evidence you have assimilated into your new country, albeit a US territory. Puerto Rico and the US Virgin Islands are attractive programs if you're willing to actually live there. The potential benefits of these programs are best suited to those who don't simply want to settle for the FE. The FE only allows you to exempt up to $126,500 in 2024 and taxes everything else you make. So the opportunity of 0 to 4% tax rates is attractive if your earnings justify it. The fourth option is renounce your citizenship. As a US citizen, you're deemed to be a tax resident of the US wherever you live around the world, which means you have to report and pay your taxes to the IRS. If you renounce to a citizenship, you don't have to pay taxes or report on any of your overseas activities. Some people are required to pay an exit tax on all unrealized capital gains, like those from a business, which can be hard to value, to real estate, investments, and other assets. Many individuals who renounce their US citizenship will not face an exit tax and can still receive government benefits and use US banks in some cases. The biggest advantage is that renouncing your citizenship means you are no longer subject to US taxes, freeing you from the burdens of annual tax obligations and potentially significant income taxes. We have reached the end of the video. If you want to have more advice on this topic, schedule a call and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.